Yeah. Woo. Okay, I tried to do this earlier when I was driving to work. Oh my gosh. My hair is crazy. I tried to do this earlier when I was coming to work, but you guys, look how many colors my hair has in it. Like my natural colors. It's so crazy. So we know. Oh my gosh, I just edited a video, but I just sent it to Sarah, so she has to like approve it or whatnot. I'm so bummed out because apparently when you screen record on an iPhone, any phone for that matter, when you screen grab while on a phone call, like say if you're FaceTiming or Facebook messaging, like video messaging, you cannot record the audio. It's a it's a built-in feature on phone devices to protect, because I guess like for privacy laws. So you can't record conversations with your phone while you're using the mic to have a conversation. So when you do that, you can still have a phone conversation, but it'll only screen capture the screen itself and no audio. I wish we had known that, because then we would have recorded the audio on my other, like, I use my old phone that I had before as like my device, kind of like a iPod, so to speak. So it has like all my audio, my music, everything on it, so that I keep my space on my actual phone that I use daily freed up. So bummed out, but I figured out a really great way to edit the clips in, and I put some really happy, like rejuvenating type music underneath it so that there's the video and stuff. And oh my gosh, the clip that I use at the very end of Sarah squealing out the results as she opened up the email, um, I include the part because I cut it out at the beginning because we don't want to tell you right at the beginning. So it's Sarah talking, and then she opens the email. You see her initial, and then it cuts that. I cut out the spot where she announces what it is, and I go to the rest of her reaction. And then she has a little bit of a moment for you guys. And then it has her telling me what the sex is. And then it has two of, I call her second mama, my good friend Carol. And then after her is Sarah's good friend Tatum. So, and they're just short clips of us revealing a portion of it, and we didn't like leave the entire drawn out in there. And then we reveal the name, and then Sarah announcing it right at the end. Um, we were at first going to put in the clip in color of her, what do you call it? Confetti bombing me, which is how she told me she confetti bombed me. And so because she confetti bombed me, I black and whited the image. And so at first she was like, well, we can put the confetti bomb moment at the end afterwards to show the color of it exploding. But I liked her initial full blown reaction of finding out. And so I put that instead. And I think it like, oh, it's it's perfect. So I'm going to, as soon as she goes through and says like if she wants me to add anything else to it. Oh, I got bit by a mosquito on my arm the other day. But as soon as she like approves it, then we'll do it. And you guys see how different in color I am on either side? It's my side that is always exposed to the window when I'm driving versus the side that's not. Oh my gosh, you guys. I'm so excited. I can't wait to upload this, for everybody to be right there to see it all. But yeah, I was gonna put the little poll that we took in, but I think this is more simple and whatnot. So yeah, we didn't include the poll, only because it as we know from our family and friends, everybody putting in their 2 cents. But we're gonna upload it in two places. I'm gonna actually probably three. So I'll probably I'm gonna upload it on here. Yeah, it'll be up today. So I'm just waiting on Sarah to review it and make her decision on if she wants anything else added or whatnot. Um, whoa, buddy, relax with that big old truck. He almost hit my car. And I think he's coming in here. But as soon as she gives the all clear, then we'll upload it here, Facebook, and Instagram. So 1 second, guys. I got a customer. Be right back. Sorry, guys, the promotions got so that took forever about that. Yeah, I'm so excited, Leslie. Oh my gosh. Later on today, Amy. Oh yeah, you didn't miss anything. Yeah, I had sorry guys, I had a customer well, I had a customer come in and then I had the promotions guy for a new product that we're testing out come in. He wanted to see like how things were going and whatnot. So I had to discuss with him like how it's going and customer feedback so far and what we've gotten on customers so far. But yeah, that was awesome. But yes, the video is put together. I'm waiting for Sarah's final like input on it, like if she wants anything else added to it or whatnot. One shot that we wanted to get, we didn't end up getting, which I think I did a pretty good job of doing the shot really really well. So in place of what we had planned on doing. My pops owns the store, so I manage it. I'm like general manager of this location. Oh, my makeup like ran under my eyes because I was laughing so hard. Oh, that was super funny. It was cool because there's like this big event happening out at the lake, and there's still a bunch of people here from yesterday's massive Friday event. And so we were laughing about doing stuff and the people and him coming out to like give out some of the product. She's doing good today. Yeah, she's actually resting right now, so I'm waiting for her when she gets up. She'll go through everything. Oh my gosh. Why is it only the ones from this store do this? Jeez. Only from the dollar store do these not come off. They're always sealed halfway around. Like incorrectly sealed, I guess would be the right word. I think she's going to come with me tomorrow to come here. Caitlin! Yeah, I was going to put, we know the sex, but YouTube, if you use that word, YouTube will flag it, and they wouldn't even nobody would know we were live. So you can't use like certain words because the algorithm and the bots catch it, and it gets all stupid. So I had to say gender because of YouTube. So I know there's gonna be other gender is by choice. Yeah, I know that it's not about that. It's an algorithm that will flag you and you wouldn't be able to get your video to go live or upload or whatnot. So we know the sex of the baby. And we're both so excited. I finally got a hold of my aunt and stuff this morning. Just got tested for COVID. It came back negative. Yeah, and that's the thing is it's flu season on top of the fact that COVID's still going around. Hi, Leslie. So there's a lot of people that are like, oh my God, I'm sick. And then you find out it's not COVID. It's just your basic stupid flu that kicks everybody's butt this time of year. But yeah, I called my auntie today to tell her, and we were discussing the two sexes, right? Like males and females, and pricing, and like whether you would want a boy or a girl. And she's got two girls and two boys. And we were discussing like the difference between them and how boys are actually more expensive than girls. And it was really funny, like in her experience. Yeah, you can definitely not be sick without people going, it's COVID. But we were talking about how you would think that it would be more expensive for little girls, but we're talking in the sense of like preferences, right? So if you're a girly girl, like if you're one of those girls or a child who loves makeup and dresses and hair done and nails and a cheerleader and into those kinds of things, it's all that stuff does not add up to how expensive it is with little boys who are into all the motorbikes and motocross and sports running stuff and all those things. Those things get super pricey because when you do motocross, motorcycles stuff, woo, you could You could get a year worth of hair and nails done for the price of a motorcycle. You do like the motocross bikes, and you do all the gear for riding motocross, and then and these are, we're talking like your throwback classic old school style, people thinking this is what boys do, this is what girls do. That's what we're discussing, because that's how, of course, before all the stuff that has come about, that's kind of how things were back when we were younger. Boys did this, girls did this. Not necessarily all the time. You had girls that loved things like motocross and whatnot. But in general, I'm talking back when, I'm talking about now, you knew like boys did things like dirt biking, hunting, going fishing, all that stuff. That was like what the boys did. And then you had the girls who were the cheerleaders and in gym class and did things like, volleyball and cheer and swim team and stuff like that, and hair and nails and makeup. And they learned about makeup and dresses and all that kind of stuff. That was what girls did. Nowadays, thank goodness, because I was never into all that stuff. I was never into hair and makeup and nails and all that kind of stuff. I was more of a jeans and t-shirt kind of girl. Let me go fishing. Let me go out bike riding, that kind of stuff. Admired last week. I went to the hospital. I had found out my lung. I'm like, holy crap, I know it's not from the medication. Now that it's from genetics. Like, it was actually $70. So we paid $70. I know, Leslie. It'll be up as soon as Sarah gives me the all clear and whether or not she wants me to add anything else to the video. So we'll know as soon as Sarah, you guys will know as soon as Sarah says, cool, go ahead. I just have to figure out what I'm going to put as the thumbnail, because we don't want to put anything that's going to give away the answer. And the video is very short, guys. It's a 2-minute video. So I hope people just stick through and watch the whole 2 minutes. It's literally 2 minutes. And the first minute and some is Sarah having like the full whatnot. Yeah, Amy, it's going to be here on YouTube. So I'm going to post here on YouTube. Then we're going to also post the video on Facebook for all of our family and friends. And then it'll also go put up on Instagram, probably on Reels. So that way it gets saved there. But yeah, so we are, oh my gosh, I'm so excited. I cannot wait for you guys to see it. And then we can just freely talk about it. And I can also start referring to the baby by name, which hopefully, I mean, so far, I've been like, I've only had one person go, I'm not exactly sure how to say that. Everybody else so far has figured it out, like pretty simple. I talked with Jay this morning and asked him what he thought of the baby's name. And he says, it's definitely different, but it's not weird, which is one of the biggest things. It's not a weird name. It's not one of those like off the charts kind of weird names. He goes, it's definitely different. And so I gave him the reference where the name comes from. And he was like, oh, okay, no, that's a good name. That's going to be a good, strong name through like ages, right? So whether you're male or female, this name is a symbol that is just amazing. So I'll have to give you guys that. I can't give you the origin of the name, because then people will go and look up the origin and what it means. And so let's just say it's a name that came out of the time of, it comes from the 1730s. So it was a very big popular name in the 1730s. So if that, so if you guys want to look at old fashioned names, but nobody's going to guess it. Let's put it that way. And both names that she came up with. So both names, male and female names, both of them are from the same era, the 1730s. So these came out in the 1700s. So what they call the 18th century, they're 18th century names. So yeah, I'm so excited. But yeah, you guys are going to so love it. You guys are going to love it. So very, very excited. And then she is going to hold on to the opposite name. So the other name will also be held on to for just in case. Now, like we said, as of right now, she's having one. I do too. I really love like older names, like listening to like Jim Chapman and his other half having their little girl, they named her Margot, that is a really throwback name. Then Zoe and Alfie naming their little girl Ottilie. Ottilie is a name from way back. Yes, baby has a middle name. So yeah, both names are super, like the first and middle name are very, very important. And so the middle name on both picked middle names have a significant connection to like Sarah herself. So it's super, super cool. So like I said, won't give anything away. The way she picked out the names was like, it blew my mind. And like when she was going through it and told me the information, and then I went through and was like researching the names, I was like, these are good. These are really good. I really like these names. So this little rainbow is going to be, this little one's going to change the world. Yeah. So. Oh, I like that. Yeah, Margot it's definitely like when you think of a Margot, you think of like Grandma Margot, you know. You don't think of my Auntie Margot because it's such a classic throwback name. Oh, I've got another customer. Be right back. There's like this big, massive bar. I was like, man, every time somebody opens the door, oh, I'm knocking everything over. Every time somebody opens the door, I smell this. It smells so good. It's like barbecue, something going on out there. But there's, like I said, the lake is right there, like right there. So I could walk out here, go up the block, and cross the big highway, and the lake is right there on the other side of the road. So it's right there. And you can smell everything that's going on down there. Yesterday, the boats were so loud, like I could hear it rumbling in here. But yeah, we're so excited. I cannot wait until Sarah sees it and like lets me know. I thought for sure she would have been awake by now, but I don't think so. Which one didn't go? Oh, did that not go? Yeah. Okay, no. She can't approve it if it doesn't work. Hold on. I might have to move all the way over that way to get this to load. Because in here, we're in like a full dead zone on T-Mobile, so it doesn't ever work. Hold on, I got to move this back here for a second. See if it'll, sorry. See if it'll load. It showed me that it was delivered, and it even says on there delivered, but yet it says it didn't work. So I don't know. I don't know what it's doing. So give me a minute. You gonna go through? I usually have a whoop when it does, so. So many massive trucks, but the big massive trucks, because these are the guys with the huge boats that keep coming through. Their boats are probably down on the water right now, so they're coming up to get stuff. Yeah, I was driving home last night up onto the parkway, and somebody hit their brakes because there was a burrow in the road, and the person behind them wasn't paying attention, slammed smack into the back of their car, crunching their whole back into their car, into their vehicle. Come on, thing, just load already. Why? It's literally only a 2-minute video. So like load over so that she can. Oh boy. Like, see, it says it was delivered, but it's definitely not delivered. It's still showing the processing bar. Ah, I'm so like, I'm so excited. I can't contain myself. I got sun chips today. I found the, like, I don't know why I haven't had these in forever. When I was in high school, I used to eat sun chips all the time. They're the French onion ones. So here you go. Here's a question for you guys. Because yesterday, when we finally finished the poll, the heck was that? When we finally finished the poll, the numbers were 17 in like voting. They thought it was a boy, and 12 thought it was a girl. So that was the vote on that end, which I thought was really funny. There you go. Let's see. Did it go through yet? Nope. So yeah, I love like Sarah's reaction. Like I put her like full blown, like as she announces it from what she sees in the video, I put it at the very end. So you get her leading up to opening the email. She opens the email. You get her initial like reaction as the reality of it hits her right in the face. And then I clip out the part where she screams out what it is. And then you get her like as all the emotions hit, and then the reveal to several people. So she pops off a confetti bomb at me when I got home last night. As I came through the door, she goes, "Stop!" and made me stand by the door. And I was like, okay. Because I knew she was going to tell me when I got home, but I didn't know what she was going to tell me. So I stopped by the door and she pops off a confetti bomb. Guys, don't pop off confetti bombs indoors. They're loud. Like, loud. Both of us were like, God. She is 10 weeks. She'll be 11 weeks on Tuesday. So today, 10 weeks. Let's say Saturday. So Sunday, Monday, Tuesday. She's 10 weeks, 4 days. So, or 10 weeks, 10 weeks, 5 days, right? Because then Sunday, Monday. So this is Saturday. So 5 days. So 10 weeks, 5 days. It still hasn't loaded yet. I might have to walk over that way to do it. So hold on a minute. This whole space back here is dead zone. Hold on, guys. I'm going to walk over this way by the front door. This way we actually get at least a bit of a phone signal because I have 0 phone signal right now. I'm going to walk over that way, see if I can't get it to send this to her. So I'll be right back. I'm going to leave it over there underneath the front desk. But I got sun chips, French onion. I'm going to try them. I haven't had these since like high school, but I saw these today and I was like, these still look, oh, they smell so good. was like, I used to love these things. Just get one of the smaller ones. Okay. They're like really light. I like them. I did drink my frothy. It's called frothy. Yeah, my mind is so blown right now. And so, like I said, we talked to my aunt, and she goes, ooh, now I can start getting goodies. And I was like, yeah, you can definitely start getting goodies now. And my Sarah's friend's mom, who also works at one of our other shops, I called her this morning. She goes, you mean I can start shopping now? And I was like, she's only 10 weeks. And she goes, I don't care. So yeah, that was super funny. But I have 2 Leslies in here. Oh gosh. Yo. Probably shouldn't punch the screen, should I? I want another one of these. These are really good. Now I remember why I used to eat these in high school. Oh my gosh. I can't wait to show you guys, like, once we get everything finished up and show you like what she's chosen as the nursery theme. You guys are going to love it. The cool part is it's a theme that either way, I'm eating the sun chips with French onion. Oh, sorry. But the theme can be grown with. That's the cool part. Like, as they grow up, you can add and change a couple items and allow that, like, it will grow with them. Their own. They'll have their nursery. So, of course, in the beginning, Amy, all babies stay with mom in the beginning for at least, like what I did with both my kids. Not every parent does this, but what I did with both my kids, because I was nursing, I breastfed. They slept in my room for the first year. It just made for feedings way easier. Once they were like solidly sleeping through the night, then I had moved them into their own bed. During the day, though, during nap time, they slept in their room. Even from like very little, from the very, like, literally, I think from the very beginning, I put them in their room for naps with a monitor. Yeah. Yeah, exactly. So this is a theme, like either or, didn't matter if it was a boy or a girl. The themes that were both like either or grow with them. And so, like, the color palette and all that grows. That's the coolest part, because you can remove items from the theme and it will easily transition into a different setup, but still be very beautiful. And the color scheme works really well. Yeah, they definitely should be in the room with mom the first year. I know a lot of parents nowadays, and I always find it, like, to me, I just feel like that's such a shame. Nowadays, a lot of them move baby at about 5 and 6 months old into their own into their own room for nighttime. But I never had that issue. Like with my kids, like, we kept them in. It's all right. Like, I kept them in my room, until a year old at nighttime for bedtime. But like I said, but during nap time, they got laid in their room. From newborn, like hours, days old. they were in their own room for naps with a monitor. And so, and of course, I would go in, check on them, make sure everything's okay. But it let me know that that's the space they were in, and I do everything else. Like I could get my room clean, I could change my bed sheets without disturbing the baby sleeping for a nap. We also were one of the biggest things we did as a new time mommy. Neither of my kids was ever in a place where it was always quiet. Like I've always been so irritated by people like, shh, the baby's sleeping. Both my kids grew up in an environment where they slept through blasting music and whatnot in the house. Like when I needed to get cleaning done, or like, and I still do it to this day, when I do like my deep cleans once every week where I go through and do like a full scrub of everything, I turn on the radio, I put on the music I want, and I play that. I play it up. And it's loud. It's not ear splitting loud, but it's loud enough that you can hear it while you're getting stuff done. Yeah. But pretty much all new mommies now do this whole method of getting their babies to sleep in their own rooms. Usually they start them at like 6 months old now. I mean, to each their own. No hate, and it seems to be working for them. But I'm just like, I can't even imagine a 6-month-old. Like Sarah still would wake up like once every night in the middle of the night, usually around 2 a.m. to nurse. And she did that all the way up until a year old. She started that where she started sleeping through the night and only coming up once, like waking up one time. And that was usually always at a 2 a.m. feeding. She started that routine right at about 5 months, where she would nurse throughout the day. And then at night, she would go to sleep right at about 8:15 at night, wake up at 2 a.m., eat, and then go back to sleep. And she would sleep until 9 the next morning. Like she was a good sleeper. Yeah, see, and a lot of people do that now, where they move the babies after they're like 6 months old. I didn't do that. My aunt didn't do that. My two of my friends, their babies all slept in their room up to a year. But like I said, but nap time, they were always naps put in their bedroom. And like I said, but this was back when I had my kids. This is 20 years ago. I would put my baby in the room, their nursery, to sleep during their nap time so that I can take care of everything else. So that way my room was accessible to me without disrupting the baby's sleep pattern. So that always worked out really nice. So I did that with both my kids. So nap time was in their nursery so I could tend to my bedroom, getting my bedroom clean, getting the kitchen done, stuff like that while they were napping. And then at night, definitely right there in the room with me. Sarah slept in a bassinet for her first like 8 weeks. Less than that probably, because she outgrew the bassinet by 3 months old. She was such a big baby. Like she was so big, her length and everything. Taylor slept in a bassinet that had an incline in it so that he wasn't laying flat, because we had noticed he would vomit every time he laid flat. To each their own on that one. I think that if you're going to co-sleep, babies should have a co-sleeper in the bed with you, so that flat on the bed with you in the same bed space. Like put them in something. Like we had little, what we called co-sleepers, which had like a cutout and then a little, it's like almost like a diaper changing style mat, and then you would lay the baby on that, and it had the square thing, so you'd put them on the bed right next to you, but it would prevent you from rolling on top of the baby, because that's a big thing. Like there are some people that are super light sleepers like me. A stupid leaf blowing outside would wake me up, where there's other people like Taylor who you could have a train run by him and he ain't budging. And so I think if you know that you are an extremely hard sleeper, like when you sleep, ain't nothing waking you up until your body's cycle is back around, definitely don't co-sleep. Because you risk it, like hurting and also like devastating yourself for the rest of your life. But if you're a really light sleeper and you know you're a light sleeper, and lack of sleep doesn't usually like tend to affect you in massive ways, I think you should be okay. But I've always said, even if you are going to co-sleep, always have what they call a co-sleeper in the bed to prevent any tragedy from happening. And nowadays they have such amazing co-sleeper beds that you sit literally right up against your bed, that the baby's in its own space, but it's right next to you. Like Sarah's bassinet was right next to my bed. All I had to do was sit up, pick her up, because she was right there in the bassinet, right next to my bed. So yeah. Like Sarah is really big about the baby will be in a bassinet or in a um, sleeper that's going to be not in the same bed with her. Oh, hospital. You have to remember Sarah has epilepsy. We don't know, and the doctor isn't sure how it's going to, like, what's going to happen when they pull her off the progesterone to allow her body to start coming back into a natural cycle to Sunflower. Hi. So when she gets ready to give birth, we have to allow, like, we don't know if she'll have seizures during that time or not. So she will be doing that in a hospital. Yeah, exactly, Leslie. Sunflower. Sarah's having a baby. So yeah, she having a wee little like a wee little bean. A wee little bean. It's a squishy. I think we're still gonna call them squishy. I told Sarah that too. I was like, I don't care what the gender, sex, or whatever is, it's still squishy. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I think you haven't been around in a while. This is Sarah's third try this year. So she lost Penelope, her first pregnancy, in January. She lost her second pregnancy in May. And this is the third attempt to see how things go. And she's now 10 weeks along with the squishy. I can't give you the name yet because that's going to be in the video later today for everybody to see. Let me go see if it finally sent to her. Hold on. I'm waiting for her to approve it. Let's see here. Okay. It says it's finally showing that it went. So I walked back over here and all the bars disappeared. All right. I can't close that out yet. Because if she says, no, add this, this, or this, or no, change this. No, the first donor that she used, when it came back after doing some medical looking, their family has, I guess their history, their genetic history was like several different heart conditions within them, and Penelope's. When they looked over Penelope's stuff and whatnot and her scans and everything, she had a congenital defect, a congenital heart defect, which is what caused her to pass away. Her heart never developed past 2 chambers. So her body couldn't keep up with the growth that is required, as babies get bigger. So that is not a survivable condition. So that's what happened. So she went with a different donor on the second time. And the second time, when the doctor looked over her first set of stuff from Penelope and then the pregnancy with Oakley, they found the same issue. Not the congenital heart defect, but the same issue with her progesterone. Her progesterone just wasn't rising. And when the doctor was watching it with Oakley, by the time they got to the third set of blood work to get a look at what was happening, it was already too late. Her HCG had plummeted, which said that her body knew that it couldn't continue trying to carry the baby without the progesterone. So it just wasn't a good condition. So this time around, because she used the same donor for Oakley and this one, so she still has one more specimen. So she's got a third shot still. So if she decides that she wants another one later on, she has one more specimen chance before she'll have to buy again. But yeah, which she did the package, she had 3 shots at it. So she has one more go if she decides later to do that. So they will have, if she does have another one later on down the road, they will have the same genetics. So same donor and whatnot. So Yeah, but the first time around, we did not go back. She went with something that had more like when you go to pick a donor, by the way, you have several options. You have the option to do like, don't tell her that because she'll lose her crap on you, Amy. Because what's the reason for her baby to be dead is what she would tell you. So yeah, don't ever say that in chat when she's in here. So yeah, third luck is the charm. Yeah, that's what they say. Third time's the charm. But yeah. So either way we cut it, like we held Penelope in our hands. It wasn't like she lost Penelope where you didn't get to see Penelope. Like we held her in our hands. And she was, actually bigger than my thumb. She laid in our palms. We could see her little fingers and her little toes, her tiny little chin and her nose. Like we could see all of it. Like we held that baby. No, I understand that, but just don't say things happen for a reason to Sarah because she'll get really pissed. Because the fact is, yes, we understand there was a congenital heart defect, but like she says, why did it have to be Penelope who had a congenital heart defect? She was 9 weeks with Oakley. She was 12 weeks with Penelope. But, just we're not going to go on that topic anymore. As far as we know, she lost her babies. And holding Penelope in our hands and seeing that little human, knowing that she would, like Sarah says, she'll never get to see her learn to ride a bike. She'll never get to watch her take her first steps or crawl or any of those things. And that's that's never going to go away. That feeling will never go away. And there's no way to come to terms or reasoning with it. Grief is horrible. And to look at it and go, this coming January, Penelope's first birthday / passing day will be on us. And that is a hard pill to swallow, to know that a whole year at that point has passed and she doesn't have her little girl in her arms. And that's a hard thing. And there's never getting over it. There's no ever moving past it. You learn to live with it. And, and you learn to build and do things around the things that you would have loved to have done for them and with them. So, yeah, we know, she knows that. Like we all know that, but there isn't any there's no reasoning to come to terms with, like, there's no reasoning behind losing a baby. No woman should ever have to go through the loss of a child. It is absolutely difficult because you build these hopes and these dreams and you see that little one moving on the screen and everything looks so beautiful, and then it's all ripped away from you. Like there's no moving past that. So, we just, the things that you don't say to someone who has lost a child or has lost a pregnancy is, well, things happen for a reason. Don't say that to someone who's lost a pregnancy. Like, just don't. It's one of the worst things you can say in terms of making a statement of trying to comfort someone who's lost a pregnancy. Instead, say things like, I'm sorry for your loss. Is there anything I can do to help? That's it. That is about as much as you should say. There's so many people that want to say things that they think are comforting, and they are not. She's 20. So when she has Squishy, she will turn 21 right after. She's due right at the end of April. So if she carries further than that, she might carry right into her birthday, which I think would be kind of cool. But I don't think they're going to let her go to 42 weeks. So, you can carry up to 42 weeks, especially if baby and mama are doing good. But I think, I carried right up to my due date with Taylor, but I had Sarah 6 weeks early. So we don't know. Taylor's 22. He'll be 23 in January. He's an old geezer. What are you talking about? So, yeah. All right, now we just wait for Sarah. Yeah, Taylor's birthday's in January. He's an inauguration baby. His birthday's on inauguration day. Oh my gosh, yes, especially like with the donor's DNA and Sarah's DNA. Oh my gosh, this baby is going to be the cutest human in the world. Yeah. 14th, yeah. Yeah, Taylor's is the 20th. He's like I said, he's an inauguration baby. His birthday falls on inauguration day. But yeah, the thing is, you guys, and I know people are going to be like, "Oh my god, why?" Sarah has made a huge decision, which is the baby's face will not be shown on camera. She wants to do anything and everything she can to protect the child's anonymity as they grow up. When they're old enough to understand social media and understand how all this crazy technology stuff works, then she will teach them about that stuff. And then they can make choices on whether or not they want to share any of that stuff. But until then, no. So we were working on the little thing. It's going to be something made about this big, and it'll be like a sunflower. We've already, like Sarah said, sunflowers are one of her favorite things, and she feels that that would be a beautiful thing to place in front of any photo that she takes. Will have this thing that's made. It's going to be used physically in the photo. Um, yeah, he is actually. He's a little bit like kind of standoffish at first, and now he's just like, nah, really? Like when we told him this morning, talked to him about him becoming an uncle and like what the sex of the baby is, and he was just like, no way. He's like, yeah, no way. I'll be right back. Hold on. I got a customer. Oh my God. Hold on. No, she's not. She's only 10 weeks, Sunflower. There's no dad, honey. Amy, she's doing it through a donor. This is why you go through a donor. You purchase the donor specimen, and there's no communication in that sense. So yeah, no, that's the whole reason why Sarah went with a donor. If she wanted to have communications with like a father or whatnot, she would have waited until she had a boyfriend or was married. But Sarah doesn't want that for her life. So no, she's doing this on her own, and so she purchased a donor specimen. Oh, Sarah's dad. Yeah, I mean, like Sarah's dad, like I said, their biological dad, no, Sarah's never even been around him. But her dad, the guy she calls dad, he knows, and he's super excited. So, and that's Jay. I've told you guys about Jay. Like he's my other half of 20 some odd years, and she absolutely adores him. He adores her, and he was so excited when he found out. So, yeah, and she talked to him before me. Like she told him the sex of the baby before me, which is perfectly, like, I think that's awesome. Yeah, he already knows. Like she talked to him yesterday before I even got to talk to her. So he's already well aware and whatnot. He's so excited for her. And he's excited to be a granddad again because he's already got 2 grandkids. So you have to remember he was married before he and I were here. So he has an older daughter, and she has 2 girls. So little Bree and Ari. We don't know yet. And Sarah had me busting it. Like Sarah was literally laughing in tears yesterday. She goes, she goes, how much you want to bet this baby ends up calling you Dada? I was like, no. We actually have a play on a word that we goof with all the time of them calling me Dagon. I'm not going to go into explanations on Dagon, but they always call me Dagon. And it's a running joke that happened a while ago, probably about 3-4 years ago. And ever since then, my close group of friends and my kids call me Dagon. And it's hilarious. And so she says, how about we just have the baby call you Dagon? She goes, and then it'll be like a dag. Yeah. So so I told her, I said, I would die laughing. Maybe Dada will start off as like short for Dagon and they'll eventually get to Dagon. But whichever, Dagon, Grandma, Grammy, Nana, whichever. It'll happen as it happens. And eventually, like kids kind of come up with names for people on their own. And I think it's really cute. So, but yeah, so when you do like that process, Leslie, like excuse me. Yeah. When you do that whole process, there's not, you don't have communication with the donor. They do their donation, and you go through like a book, or like we did, which was going through online, looking at all the donors that were available and what they had, like how many, like the specimens that were available, price wise, all that. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Once they kind of figure out what they're going to call you, that just finally sticks. Like it's so funny because you talk like I would call, like in front of the baby, I'll call Sarah Mama, so that baby starts to learn Mama. And then Sarah will have her reference me, which I'm going to guarantee is still going to Dagon because she still calls me Dagon all the time. Baby will hear me being called Dagon. So if that's the case, then baby will learn that's Mama, that's Dagon. But how they decide to pronounce it will be up to them. So, like my nephew calls my brother Dida. He's almost 3, and he still calls my brother not Dada, he calls him Dida, and it is so cute, and I love it. And yeah, so yeah, kids are amazing in the way that they come up with words. Hi, Sammy. It's so good. Waiting on Sarah to wake up. Come on, kiddo. I can load this. I think it's super. It's a short but sweet video. So no extravagant thing with like revealing each letter, all that kind of stuff. Like no hate towards anybody else, but we all know the God honest truth. Those big gender reveal videos, ain't nobody watched that video all the way through. They always slide through and get to the end of the video to watch what the results are. Nobody ever does that. But I will ask you guys this. If you watch the video, please, please, please do not say in the comment section whether it's a boy or a girl. Like, don't give it away. Because for one, getting people to watch it, and it's such a short video to begin with, let people watch it and get excited and find out. The last thing you want to do is open up a video, especially if you're on your phone, and right underneath is the comments. So when you're looking on your phone and you open it, right underneath the comments is the first comment. And if somebody has said it in the comment section and it happens to be the comment that lands right underneath that video, it blows all the fun and whatnot for people. We're not going to discuss that, Amy, because that's financial discussion. And so it's expensive. So it depends on what procedure you pick. So that would dictate the pricing. So we'll just leave it at that. Like, if you can go in and do some of your own research if you'd like to look into how the whole process works. There are several different ways that you can do. You can either do at-home insemination, or you can do IVI, which is or IUI, which is intrauterine insemination, which is done in an office and whatnot. And then there's the option to do insemination with doctor assist. So there's options. So you have to know which one you want to do and what price range fits for you. So I won't really discuss like the whole way we did it and how we went about putting it together, because Sarah puts some of the financing for it forward, and then I put some in for it as well. Yeah, it'll definitely be completely different. You guys will be in pounds, whereas for us it's in American dollars. So you just have to do like the conversion ratio. I'm pretty sure in the UK, if you converted it, it would be probably for us way more expensive. It'd be, yeah. Because I know like if you take what like the pound is worth versus what, or the euro is worth versus what a dollar is worth, yeah, no. So for like €1 is like $2 American money. It's double. Like it cost us double to live there. And we don't make that kind of money. But wow. Sorry, Sam. Yeah. So honestly, in the UK, it would be cheaper for you in the UK than if you decided to come do it in America. So if you think about it that way, like let's say it was 800 pounds, right? Or euros, depending on where you're at in Europe and whatnot. But if it was 800 pounds there, it'd be like $1,600 here. So yeah. And that's the difference. Like depending on like for here, there's no tax on food. Like if it's edible, and I'm not talking about edibles. If it's edible from the grocery store, you can consume it. There's no tax on it. If it's like products like toilet paper, paper towels, household goods, whatnot, they have tax on it. Each state is different depending on where you're at for what their tax rate is. Arizona tax rate is like 8 cents on the dollar. So yeah. So who knows? Same thing like when you go to like Canada and stuff, their taxes included in pricing. There's no like, we don't have all that crazy crap. And they have free healthcare, which is like, because it's all included in the higher tax pricing that is added into products and stuff like that. Yeah. Oh, wow. Hopefully everything's okay, Sammy. Yeah, I know, right? Oh, okay. Oh, my nose is so itchy. I need to stop. I think I'm going to finally just stop burning incense when I first get here because they make my nose all itchy. Yeah, I know. You're supposed to start working Monday. You might not be able to if anything comes up. Mm-mm. No, we never run it with two people. No, it's never busy enough for two people anyway. And secondly, we never hire more than one person per shift. Um, I work Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. Tatum works Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. We're both here on Sunday only for one reason. Sunday, Tatum will run the register in the store. And then I, because I'm the general manager, go through and I do all inventory count and put in the weekly order. So two of us are here on Sunday. But, and on top of that, I drive 2 hours to work every day and drive 2 hours home. I'm already driving here for like 4 days a week. If Sarah took a job here, I would have to drive her here because Sarah can't drive. So I would have to drive her here 7 days a week. And on top of that, the 3 days that she would be here, I would have to drive here, drive home, drive here, drive home. So I would technically be driving triple what I'm driving now. Yep. It's my pops' store. So because he owns it, I took the job. I get paid handsomely for it. But yeah. And Sarah does work from home anyway. And on top of that, with how bad she has morning sickness, I could not see her trying to work in here amongst people. While also, not only that, with COVID and people not being careful and people being stupid and reckless, don't want her here being like working with people and exposed. Mm-mm. I have a very good fuel efficient vehicle. I can fill my tank up and drive 3 days of the 4 before I need to fill it up again. So it gets well over, like, I think I'm just shy of being 400, like just almost 400 miles to the tank. So no, and it only takes me $30 to fill my tank. So I put $30 in my tank and it lasts me 3 days back and forth. So I spend pretty much for gas every other, like, cause I get paid every other week, but so for 2 weeks of work, I spend altogether what, $90 in gas. So I pretty much chalk it up to, I always round it up because anything over, like I end up with over, I throw it into savings. So I always put $200 aside for gas per month. So that's really not that bad. Yeah, I hear you, Sam. Yeah, it's really good. Like I don't pay a lot. Now, if I was driving it 7 days a week, yeah, it would cost a lot because that would come to the equivalent of me driving 6 days just on her days plus my 4. So it'd be 10 days in all together. So then I would be paying literally $200 probably pretty much every week versus every month. You're still in your pajamas. Heck yeah. And I drive an older vehicle. I drive a 98 stick shift. I have a stick shifted car. So stick shifts are more fuel efficient, by the way, because there's a lot of time. Pizza, enjoy. Um, but with like a stick shift, if you're driving, like when I drive the freeway or the highway, once I get coasting down the mountainside, like there's a part of the mountain that I cruise down every day, I throw it into neutral and I let the weight of the car carry itself. So I'm not expending any real energy or fuel the whole time. I just let the car coast. which is nice because it does that. It is now 1 p.m. It's just turning 1 p.m. It's 12:59, but 1 p.m. So as soon as she's like, because usually she'll get up and take a shower and everything before she turns her phone back on. So I leave the house every day because I always want to stop and like get something to eat or whatnot on the way in. So I usually end up stopping by the one gas station to get the coffee there, which is usually this guy, and usually a little, what we call a tornado. So I usually leave the house right at about 7:40, and then that way I'm here by 9:40 because I want the time to because I have to, of course, get everything up and running in the store before I open it. So I got to fill up the water. I got to like all the different things that need to be put out, stuff like that. I think I got people. Yep. Be right back, guys. You know, it'd be nice if somebody tells you that they're putting you in a commercial. Good Lord. No. Because we don't open the shop like 5 p.m. for you anyway, 5 a.m. for me. Yeah, no, because I don't open the shop till 10. So it only takes me 2 hours to get here. So I try to like leave the house at like 7:40. So I'm up earlier because I try to get out and go running and stuff in the morning. But other than that, yeah, no. They're so funny. And then and this guy, he's one of the guy that's doing the promotion for the new product. And instead of informing me when he comes in what he's doing, he brings in some people that I think are just going to be customers, and they turn on a camera. We're not allowed to have cameras in here Like, we're not allowed to have other people taking photographs or filming in here. He can because he's promoting a product within our store, which is fine. But she started filming, and I was like, I'm sorry, but I have to ask you to put that away. And then apparently I interrupted their shot. And I was like, well, you should have came in here. Like, you were just in here a few minutes ago. You should have told me that you were bringing back a couple of people to come over here to film for promotion. Um, he's like, I'm sorry about that. I'm like, jeez, relax. He's kind of spastic. I'm going to talk with my pops about it. Like, yo, like, he's just going to pop in whenever. Like, how about a heads up? I've got a business to run. You can't just pop in when you feel like it to film a promotion for your product without giving us a heads up first, you know? And my pops is all the way in Vegas right now. So, but yeah, and I don't even get out of here though until 8 o'clock at night. Like, we close shop at 8 p.m. So I don't get home till like 10. Hold on. Sorry, guys. Commercial. Yeah, commercial. They're doing a thing for their product that we're promoting in the store. And he just walks in with a camera. Don't need a heads up. You'd think people would know that. Like what? No, what? It's just a yeah, I know. And he's like spastic. I've only seen him in here almost said three times now. First when he brought the product, and then we gave out some of the product for free to people just to kind of get the word out and get people to try it. And of course, now, like if they come up here and they purchase one of each of the different options, then they win a prize thing. So it's bringing people over here from the big event. But then he walks in here this time and he's just filming. Like, one, you should ask my permission before filming me. Like, I don't need you to film me and put me on your whatever you're feeding it onto without my permission. Like, what are you doing? Because if I don't give you permission and you're using me in something, like, as horrible as that sounds, one, give me the option to choose whether I want to be on there or not. And if I don't want to be on there, then you shouldn't film me. Two, if I give consent, I should also be offered something in compensation for you taking up my time while I'm at work. Like, I'm at work and you're interrupting my work and my business and taking that time away from me making money for my shop. So compensation, man. You can't just walk in here and take my time like that. Like, you can't do that. Right? And that's what I told him. I was like, yo, no. That's why I made him stop, because, like, I get it, but I mean, like, you can film your product and your customer that's buying the product, or the people that you met on the street, they're just paid. They all work with the same company. They're just paid people that are coming in here to pretend like they purchased it, of course, but he reimburses them that purchase at the end. However, and I told him, don't film me. Like, I didn't, like, one, I know he doesn't have anything to sign to consent to it. Two, what are you doing? Like, I was like, I went like this because he was like, oh, you don't want me to film you? No, I don't want you to film me. What are you doing? He's like, oh, well, I mean, you guys are selling it here. Just because we're selling your product in here does not mean you get to film me. He's so spastic. Like, I don't handle people that well when it comes to people that are like over pumped energy level. And he is one of those people that he sounds like he just drank 10 cups of coffee. I was like, whoa, dude, relax. Because you're setting off a antsy vibe. I don't like it when people are like that. It makes me anxious. They're just strange. Yeah. It's just, we get a lot of characters in here, a lot of people from whatnot, but it just has one of those vibes where you're just like, kind of not within the like norm, especially not someone who's selling a product. I can't really explain it, Amy. It's where they're just like all over the place. Like, they don't seem to have a full train of thought. It's like the train keeps getting derailed slightly here and there. Later on today, I'm waiting for Sarah right now. As soon as she reviews over the video and says if she wants a couple more things added, then once she's said, okay, mom, video's good, then we'll upload it. And the only thing we ask everybody that's going to watch the video, please do not reveal what the baby is or the name in the comment section. Let people watch the video. It's right now, as it stands, it's a very short video. So, and I think when Sarah watches this back, she's going to feel, I know when she sees the end clip is going to be great. Oh, is it not? Yeah, here it just means all over the place, like no train of thought. Like it's just they're everywhere. They don't have like they start off with one thing but then end up in another thing, but then can't seem to concentrate and keep themselves like, yeah, I can't stand when people do that. All right, what does it mean over there? Because I know it means different things in different places. I'm trying to bite into them, they just fall apart. Come on, Sarah. I thought for sure she'd be awake by now. That's a cute baby. Okay, so with this, I'll give you guys a little sample though. Where's the thing at? This is a face you're going to see in the video. That's the face she makes in the video. Oh, is it really? Okay. Well, then I won't ever use it if I go over there. But yeah, here it doesn't mean like here it does not mean that at all. It's definitely it's just a person who can't seem to stay on focus. Like they're all over the place. Like that guy when he came in here, he was trying to talk about 10 different things all at one time. Like I was like, whoa, slow down. You know, he's filming this and shit, aiming the camera at that, and then aiming the camera at them, and then aiming the camera back at me, and all over the thing, and then turning the box. And I'm like, oh my gosh, stop. Like, yo, stop. Because you are losing it in here. Like, you can't do that. It makes me, like, it makes my anxiety shoot through the roof when someone comes in here like that. Oh, no, I wasn't calling him that. No, not at all. Yeah, it definitely means something different here. I don't think anybody I've ever met has used that word here in the States for that term, like for what the UK, how the UK references it for, or what it's used for over there. Yeah, no. Here, people actually use, like Ali said, the R word derogatorily, which I think is just horrible. She recorded herself opening it because I wasn't there, because of course then I would have known. Yeah, just different cultural terms. So she recorded herself opening the, like sitting down at her computer, getting her computer going and opening it. Please tell me he's not back. Guys. He's not back. Your brother's been missing since August 24th? That's a whole month and a week ago. Like that's like almost 5 weeks ago. I'm sorry, Caitlin. Yeah, because he's out front again. He's filming somebody out front of the shop. He's going and getting different people. Yeah, an oh no look on my face. I don't mind, like, because they went and they bought the packs. So, like, use the packs you already purchased between several people. That's fine. Like you can film out front and showing you filming people out there, whatever. But please, yeah. I'm really sorry, Caitlin. I really hope that they find out something soon. I can't tell you what the product is, YouTube type stuff. So yeah. I'd like to keep the video up without being by YouTube for it. So we sell lots of products in here. And so I can't really give that information. And I ain't trying to like do a promotion for this guy either. It's driving me crazy today. He's been in here 4 times already today, just today. Never drop your phone on your car. Yeah, it does sound like it. Like somebody had his car. It doesn't sound good, and I'm really sorry to hear that. My true crime heart, like, I read that, and I'm like a huge true crime person. Okay. He's leaving. He's leaving. Yeah. See, and I watch a lot of true crime stuff and a lot of like stories of things that have happened and how cases were solved and whatnot. And that just reading that, my heart just sinks. I'm so sorry. Either way they slice it, I really hope that you guys get some information. Yeah, I hope they find out. I'm so glad he's gone. It's not. I've not even heard of it on, but I haven't even watched Netflix in so stupidly long. I think the last time Sarah and I sat with Netflix, we've been watching. Oh God, what is that show Sarah and I have been watching? Oh my gosh, hold on. Criminal Minds. We've been watching Criminal Minds. So that went everywhere. Nuh-uh. Cool. We'll have to watch it. We love all of those. Mm-hmm. I watch a lot of true crime, like podcasts and stuff. Yeah. I've been following the Gabby Petito case. They're my snackage for like nibble here and there, but I have Yopoki for lunch. When I decide to actually heat it up, my luck, I'll start heating it up and I'll get a rush or an influx or a flood of people just as I start cooking it. Every time. I made something the other day and it sat here for over 3 hours after I'd already cooked it. And by the time I got back to it, it was just this soggy, lumped mess. I was so mad. All right. Don't ever bring that to. Yeah. No, it's only 1 o'clock here. Or almost 1:30 now. But yeah. But anywho, I'm going to try to get a hold of Sarah. She should already be up. She usually is. I'm going to try to get a hold of her real quick. And then this way we can try to get this thing uploaded. At least within the next hour. So, well, hopefully, Amy, it'll be up here in the next hour or so. I'm gonna call Sarah real quick. Wait, and hopefully her phone will be on because then she'll be awake. So, you guys are awesome, amazing, fantastic, whatnot. But yeah, let me go get the information from her because I told her I wanted to have it up by noon. It's been waiting and ready for like 3 hours. Just been waiting on her. So let me get a hold of her to find out. Yep, absolutely. All right, guys, we'll talk to y'all later. Y'all are awesome.